Good day, everyone. We are here to discuss to you the author-driven and audience-driven writing. Uh, we are Group 3 of English 13, Section B2. And this is a video presentation of our topic in relation to technical writing uh, based from the Engineering Communication second edition of a Practical Guide to Workplace Communications for Engineers by David Ingre and Robert Basil. And our topic is author-driven and audience-driven writing. So this will be the presentation of uh, myself, Roland Martinez, Francis Jen Floresca, Gabriel Ramos Jr., and Christian Kyle Tobias. For the next slide will be Francis Jen Floresca for the author-driven writing.
Hello, everyone. So, author-driven writing, based from the book Communication Engineering by Inger and Basil, it is when someone makes a discovery, has a revelation, develops a theory, wants to share feelings with others, wishes to entertain, and simply believes that a particular story will generate profit by appealing to a large number of unanimous readers. Slide, please. So, author-driven is also known as traditional prose, and when we say prose, it is a form of language that has no formal metrical structure. It applies a natural flow of speech and ordinary grammatical structure rather than rhythmic structure, such as in the case of traditional poetry. Next, it will be discussed by Mr. Tobias.
So here are some common types of prose. First is the non-fictional prose, which is a literary work that is mainly based on fact, though it may contain fictional element in certain cases. Examples are biographies and essays. Second type is fictional prose, a literary work that is wholly or partly imagined or theoretical. Examples are novels. Third one is the heroic prose, a literary work that may be written down or recited and which employs many of the formulaic expressions found in oral tradition. Examples are legends and tales. And lastly, prose poetry, a literary work that exhibits poetic quality using emotional effects and heightened imaginary, but which are written in prose instead of verse. The next presenter would be Gabriel Ramos. Next slide, please.
So, audience-driven writing is a technical communication where it is a broad field and includes any form of communication that exhibits one or more of the following characteristics: communicating about technical or specialized topics such as computer applications, medical procedures, or environmental regulations, communicating by using technology such as web pages, help files, or social media sites, providing instructions about how to do something, regardless of how technical the task is, or even if the technology is used to create or distribute that communication. So the next presenter is Mr. Roland.
Okay, so what is technical writing? Traditionally, the definition of technical writing is the practice of documenting processes such as software manuals or instructional materials. Traditionally, it was limited to user manuals of some sort. The new definition of technical writing is writing encompasses all documentation of complex technical processes. It includes reports, executive summary statements, briefs. Anytime technical information is conveyed in writing at work, it is by definition technical writing. This can include high-tech manufacturing, engineering, biotech, energy, aerospace, finance, IT, and global supply chain. So this is gathered from the what is technical writing from instructionalsolutions.com. So for the technical writing, it should be highly complex ideas written in a way that anyone can read and understand. Then it must be clear and concise, easy to follow, and effective information tailored for a specific audience, and flexible and convenient access to documentation, and high quality, accurate content that is easy to understand and use. So for the differences of the author-driven and audience-driven will be Francis Jan Floresca for the first for the his thought on the difference between the two.
For me, I thought about the difference that first for author-driven, it is it is that a matter of context or perspective from individual's analysis. It is personality oriented. For example, when writing stories, the writer in this text chooses appropriate personalities, distributes his thoughts among them, encourages interaction among them based on his thoughts, creates adventures until the reader discovers his thoughts, aim, and his message in the emotional space, which can be concealed in the heart of events or adventures by a simple mechanism and makes a permanent or everlasting work in their mind. We can also call this as the plot of the story. For audience driven, their difference is that it is made for the reader to be you're presenting to them which they can understand what you want to deliver to them. That's all.
So for me, I think an author-driven writing is a form of writing that is too straightforward to the main topic. It needs to follow a straight process or straight path towards the main objective. This means that author-driven writing must be clear and concise because the resources are very limited. The author-driven writing is reliable in heavy wordings or strong messaging, which means that only a few may understand the information shared, which leads to an almost no interaction at all with the audience. Unlike in audience-driven writing, we can ask questions, explore, and find answers to the problems. How about you, Gav? What's your thoughts?
So my thoughts about the difference between them are author-driven is likely about sharing what a person's life is, his or her theories, or anything that will make him or her gain many readers or followers. It is more likely that you want to share to the world you want to share without knowing who will read it. While audience-driven is where you divide its readers. Like for example, if you're sharing your thoughts about your lesson in your subjects, you share it with your classmate. If you're sharing your funny experience, you either show it to your friends or families. So that's my thoughts for this topic.
For me, the difference between author-driven and audience-driven. First, with the author-driven, with the author-driven writing, if I am the author, I will be the one who can specify the plot of the story of my story or my biography. Then I can use any words or strong words that audience can understand or can understand, and any term I can use any term in my writing, but that will be a based on my context, not the context of the audience. And for the audience driven, these are the technical writings that we already discussed, or this is like the such as instruction manuals for the specific technical product or a specific product or any other technical materials. For examples, we have the technical descriptions or specifications and memos and guides and handbooks that we have in our uh, technical writing. It is also said that a good technical writer revises the text based on the reader's context. So that's it for the difference of the author-driven and audience-driven. So for the references of this topic, we gathered the information from the links that is posted on the screen. Thank you.
Thank you.